Hello, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. Easy Believism Part 2. I was rudely cut off, but I'm back, playing the game. No shame in my game. Matthew 9:28. Believe ye that I am able to do this? Let's give some context to this scripture. Verse 27. And when Jesus departed thence, two blind men followed him, crying and saying, Thou son of David, have mercy on us. Thou son of David, have mercy. They were crying. They were moaning. They were in the hard believism. They were desperate. And Jesus, when he was come into the house, the blind men came to him. And Jesus saith unto them, Believe ye that I am able to do this? And they said unto him, Yea, Lord. In other words, yeah. When they're really confronted with it, yeah. I heard, and I believe it. That must have been the easy. I mean, it didn't take a sales presentation. It didn't take a preacher sweating and using sales techniques and all kinds of subliminals and the art of persuasion. Believe ye that I am able to do this? Yeah. What do you think? Yeah. And then touched he their eyes, saying, According to your faith, be it unto you. You believed, now received. Man, that was, I don't know, man, that might be in the world record for just believing. Wow. This reminds me of a story where this one man of God, he was in there and he was visiting the hospital. He was known for instant miracles or even, progressive healing, ministry. So he goes in there in ICU and tubes and door of death, has that shade of color that says the death rattles are upon the man. And he lays hands on him, expecting the best, praying and everything. But there was no change in the man. There was no response in the man. And so he walked out. I don't know whether he was discouraged or not, but he heard a voice that said, You think he's healed? And that man of God turned around and said, Yes. And the instant he said yes, life poured into that man. And health was restored. Now you can believe and receive. Those of you that's the first time you've ever even heard of such a thing that I've spoken. But you can believe and receive, or doubt and do without. But yeah, that was the simple one. Yes, I believe he's healed. You think he's healed? Yes. I think. Therefore he is. All right, now let's move on to another one. Around. Let's see. Here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'll pull this one off. Here's a good one. John 9, 6, and 7 of Easy Believism. Here we go. Moving through the pages. John 9. See, this will give you a chance to look for yourself. Don't believe me. Read the Bible. And when he had thus spoken, he spat on the ground. This is Jesus. Haktui, an oyster, a clamor, on the ground. And made clay of the spittle. And he anointed the eyes of the blind with the clay. And if you were desperate, you'd want some divine spit and mud on your eyes. That was faith alone. But there was a two-part. And Jesus said unto him, Go, wash in the pool of Siloam, which is by interpretation sent. He went his way, therefore, and washed, and came saying, Now, how many of you out there in the audience think that if that man had not washed in the pool of Siloam, that his eyes would have been opened? I'm not talking about you smart Alex. I'm talking about you common sense people. If he hadn't washed in the pool of Siloam, he would not have had his miracle. I'm waiting. So how is it that obedience is not required for your miracle? Obedience is not required for your salvation. Think about that now. And we move on. Okay. Too easy. Let's try this one. We're nearing the end of this session, but look at this. James 2:19. Say, man, believing God is like falling off a log. You believe in electricity, right? You believe politicians, right? So look at you guys. You believe these politicians more than you believe in God. It's too easy to believe in God. James 2:19 says, "Believest that thou that there is one God? Thou doest well." In other words, good on you if you believe that there's one God. The devils also believe and tremble. So therefore, we can logically deduce that if somebody does not believe in God, their belief system is lower than a devil. Because even the devils believe. I think that would be a pretty good deception of the devil, is to put a person in a position that they don't believe in God. You know, because Psalm 14 says, the fool has believed that there is no God. In Psalm 14. Psalm 53 says, the fool has believed that there is no God. But you know what? There's another sad thing. And in the original Hebrew, it says, the fool has said in his heart, there is no God. Okay, that's the more correct. That's the correct way to say it. The fool has said in his heart, there is no God. The original Hebrew says, the fool has said in his heart, no God. But if you say no to God, and you say there is no God, there has to be a God for you to say no to. But believest thou that there is one God? Thou doest well. The devils also believe and tremble. Easy Believism Part 2. Adios.